All right, we want to welcome everyone to Track is Our Field, our podcast here at Hot Springs Lakeside School District. We'd like to thank the Lakeside Broadcasting class for having us set up here. We hope to have a backdrop soon. We want to thank our sponsors, Tommy Howard, financial advisor for Edward Jones out of Little Rock. If you want to contact Tommy, it's 501-224-7699. We want to thank the Arkansas Track Coaches Association. They are a sponsor, and if you want to get online, there's a lot of things. Karl, what are all the things they can find on this website?
Well, they can find the all-time best performances. That's the number one thing as far as I'm concerned, which is not just – it's more than just the state meet records. A lot of people see the state meet records that are only set in the state meet. A lot of our all-time best are done postseason, that kind of thing, are not done in the actual state meet, and we have a whole list of at least the top 10 of every event.
Are we also hooked up to the Arkansas Track and Field Hall of Fame?
Yes.
As far as being able to see who's been put into the Hall of Fame over the years?
Absolutely. Arkansas Track and Field Hall of Fame has just announced their – we'll cover that in a few moments.
Yeah.
Announced their class of 2025, and the Arkansas Track and Field Hall of Fame, that's atfhof.org. And that have a recent website. There's still ongoing process, but you're going to be able to purchase tickets for that, as well as seeing all the inductees from all the way back into the 90s when we started the program.
And if you're interested in going to the Arkansas Track Coach Association website, it's artrackcoaches.com, artrackcoaches.com, and you'll be able to find that and look through all that information. And then we also want to thank out of Hot Springs Design Lab, used to be called Locker Room Athletics, and Steve Qualls. And we want to thank him. He's very active in all sports. And,
yes,
but we know,
very good supporter.
I know at Lake Hamilton over the years he was a big supporter and really helped do a lot of things there and continues to do that. And we want to thank Steve. And that, again, that is Design Lab. It used to be known as Locker Room Athletics, and Steve Qualls. And I know most of y'all know Steve. Well, let's get into the 2025 track and field. We want to just start out with the 2005 Arkansas Track and Field, 25, excuse me. I was looking at another number. Hall of Fame induction banquet's going to be May the 30th at the Wyndham Riverfront Hotel in North Little Rock. And they were announced who they are, and I'll let you go over our 7 inductees into this year's Hall of Fame.
I won't read their entire bio.
No.
Okay. All right. One is Buzz Andrews. He's a good friend of mine. He ran for track for Ouachita while I was at Henderson. He's a year ahead of me. Been coaching down in Texas, done some great things there in his coaching career. Chuck Hemingway, he's in the mid-60s or early 60s. Set the state record, I believe, in 4:24 back when it was that was fast in those days. Also, Conley, trying to remember her first name, Sydney Conley, more famous daughter of Mike Conley, Olympic gold medalist in the triple jump. She was a 22.4 long jumper, All-American, All-American time. And then we also have Rick's first name, from Little Rock Mills, a UCA sprinter, All-American in the 4x100 relay. And we have Chris Phillips,
Crossett Eagle,
who teaches at Sylvan Hills High School, was a many-time All-American professional hurdler, ran 13:27 in the high hurdles. Stephanie Foreman Adams of Lake Hamilton.
There we go.
Great pole vaulter, first girl to ever jump over 13, jumped 13.6 1/4, never got beat in the Sun Belt Conference pole vault.
That's right.
8-time All-Conference, 2-time All-American.
And she's continuing to coach track and field in Arkansas.
She is now coaching in Fayetteville.
That's a Fayetteville High School. That's it.
John Stewart from Lavaca High School, 32-year coaching career, many conference titles, and all state athletes.
And he also officiates collegiately so he's very involved in track and field in Arkansas. Yep. And here's kind of the information for tickets for the banquets. It's $50 per person. You can go online. If you go online to order a ticket, it's $52. And if you would like to get a table, it's $400 for a table of 8. You can purchase your tickets at www.atf.org. www.atfhof.org. That's www.atfhof.org. And our Leon White, and he's in Little Rock, Arkansas. You can just go that way. But again, that will be in Little Rock on 5 o'clock on May the 30th. And we also do some special things, the Hall of Fame, which is my favorite part, is we recognize high school athletes. So tell us a little bit, Karl. I know you're involved in that a lot. Tell us a little bit about what happens there.
It's such a neat thing. I think the late Karl Stewart, it was idea to start recognizing high school kids over 20 years ago, and we recognize some of our all Arkansas track kids. We invite the top 5, and boys and girls, and then we have invite the top 5 all academic track and field team, and then we have recognized the decathlon champion and the heptathlon champion, and we have recognized a state number 1 cross country runner for boys and girls. That's 24 athletes we recognize each year. One of the neat things about this is we have gone around long enough now. We're starting getting people that were recognized in high school that are inductees. It's either Sidney Conley, one of them.
Yep.
We had the Weeks twins a couple of years ago. Wallace Spearman Jr. All those were recognized for their outstanding performances in high school, and have, and have been later inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, and the thing that I like is, the people that are being inducted, they get to see these kids that are coming.
Yes.
And our kids, high school kids, get to see what was done before them. And and that's the part I like. And then when you get into that academics, when you're talking ACT, and I'm still trying to figure out how you spell ACT, but, those kids at 34s, 35s, 33s, it's just amazing in the schools that they're going to, Stanford and places like that, not just going to the University of Arkansas for their education, but those things, it's just very impressive.
Absolutely.
And again, that's a great time in recognizing what has been and what's coming, and be able to recognize them all in one night. It's again, if you have an opportunity to buy a ticket and come to that.
Turned out better than I thought it would. I like to say it's let the past meet the future.
Yeah, there you go.
That's exactly what's happening there.
Well, kind of go with a little bit of collegiate talk. We had the NCAA National Championship. Arkansas men and women were ranked number 1. Didn't go just the way they would have liked for it to go. Yeah. They both finished 4th, but in basketball, they made the Final Four. In basketball, everybody, if Arkansas was in the Final Four, we'd be hooping and hollering.
Exactly.
As track people, Karl and I, we're disappointed. We want national championships because John McDonnell spoiled us over the years.
Yes, he did.
But Arkansas, a young lady, Isabel Whitaker, she's a junior, won the 400 meters in 49.24. 49.24, which was a facilities record. Okay, all right, that, pretty new facility. A meet record, a collegiate record, and the American record. She ran 49.24, Karl.
The record she broke was an Arkansas girl. The collegiate record she broke was a girl from Arkansas.
Yep. So, outstanding. That's something to look forward to. If you had a chance to watch it on television, it came down the men's mile relay or the 4x4. I'm an old mile relay guy. And when you say that to high school kids, like, I'm not running a mile. But the 4x4, was it the first leg that it occurred?
Not sure which leg it was.
But anyway, there was a kid from Texas A&M cut off the Razorback.
Knocked him
off the track, knocked his baton. He picks it up, but we're out of the race at that point. We had, I think, the second fastest time going in. Yeah. And University of Southern California was in that. So we had a chance. We beat them. We're national champions. But we get knocked off the track.
We didn't have to beat them.
Right. And to be national champions. And we were in a car talking a while ago. I tried to talk to an official that would have maybe officiated that event, was there as a referee. Not sure. We want to know how and why maybe that Arkansas didn't get a rerun. How that works, but hopefully by next time we do this, we can say what the ruling was, why they felt like Arkansas didn't deserve a rerun, because there's a national championship online.
It seemed like the thing to do, but I don't know the whole story.
Right.
I will say this: Coach Bucknam and the Razorbacks showed a lot of class at the end, and even though things didn't go their way, Coach Bucknam talked about we're going to congratulate USC, and which is what they did.
They did, and you know, that's it. They've been there. They've been in the trenches. They've battled. We've had our 52 national championships of men and women's together at the University of Arkansas. I don't think many people can even get close to even touching that in any
Those
sport.
kids hadn't had it.
That's it. That's it. And last year was good. Coach Johnson in the women's program, when he came in the first year, he won indoor and outdoor last year national championship. And they had some kids that didn't perform as well and didn't have that great meet. But when you got a girl that's the American record holder in the 400 meters, I can't wait to see what's going to happen outdoor.
At the national meet, it doesn't take much to go wrong to be out of it because the points are split up so much. 10 points is a big deal.
It really is. It really is.
It's like this one. Arkansas was fourth with 30 points. 39 won it.
You win
They had won the 4x4
national champion. Yeah, that
or
makes
even been second if they'd been USC.
True. Well, we're going to talk a little bit here. This is kind of what everybody hope out there that excited about high school track and field in Arkansas. That's why we're doing this podcast. We want to get this information out. Used to back in the day in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, they had the top 10. Robert Yates did a great job. Yeah. And we saw performances all year in the pole vault, the top 10. You know, the 800 run, the top 10, men and women, every week. Well, we don't get that anymore.
The kids would read that. I want to be in that top 10.
Right, exactly.
That was a motivator.
It was. You know, we've got one gentleman up in Northwest Arkansas, Democrat Gazette, our friend.
Henry Apple.
Henry Apple has done a great job in Northwest Arkansas, the Democrat Gazette up there trying to do that, and he does athletes of that area at the end of the year and so forth. But we don't get the media attention me and you think we should get. That's why we're doing this podcast. We want to get it out there to you, get you interested in it. Hopefully, if anybody just found this podcast, we're going to hopefully do this weekly through the season and bring you the top stop. But, hey, here's the good stuff right here, right now. We had at Boston, Massachusetts, we had the National New Balance Championship. And we had some Arkansas kids that were outstanding. You're going to hear these numbers, and you're going to go, whoa. So, Karl, tell us what they did in the national championship.
We're going straight to that one. The New Balance National Meet indoor. Don't know where to start. There's so many good performances. Bentonville High School and Rogers High School and Mountain Home had some representatives. And I looked through this. I possibly could have left somebody out. I apologize to anybody that I might have left out. But some of the top ones. Bentonville boys ran the 4x800 relay in 7:37.95. Finished second, which is the third time in the history of the United States of this indoor meets. And they only got beat by, let's see, it was 7:37.52 to 7:37.95.
I would have loved to see that race.
That, by the way, the state overall record in Arkansas is outdoor is 8:46.36. So they broke it by nearly 10 seconds.
And that's
indoor. So that was awesome. And some of the individual events, they ran more than just one race that day. Owen Kelly ran 8:55.75 for 8th place, and that's the second best all-time 3,200-meter run in Arkansas history.
Indoor or outdoor?
Indoor or outdoor.
Outdoor,
Cameron Fisher ran 8:55.44. So we're talking about 0.3 of a second difference here. Jackson Free of Mountain Home ran 9:15 for 55th place out of 141 athletes. Matthew Shelley of Bentonville was 33rd with 9:08.63. In the mile, Brian Burns of Bentonville ran 4:12.33. Matthew Shelley ran 4:16.44, probably after that relay. Carter Beasley of Bentonville ran 4:19.60. And Jackson Free of Mountain Home 4:23.06. Freshman mile. Sean Burns of Bentonville ran 4:26 flat. Carter Beasley of Bentonville ran 4:19.60. Then we had Jackson. I'm sorry, I said that. I repeated something. Back to the freshman mile. Cole Galindo of Bentonville ran 4:37, and Leo Everett of Bentonville ran 4:41. Those are the freshmen. In the 800, Harper Jones of Bentonville ran 1:55.13. Carter Beasley ran 1:56.02. In the ladies, Rogers girls got 7th overall with a 9:14.58 out of 58 teams. Betters the overall record outdoor of 9:24.11 by Bentonville in 2023. So almost 10 seconds better than
and this
it's ever been run.
And this is indoor. We're not even got outside yet.
We're early
crazy.
season.
This is crazy.
What are these girls going to run later on? My goodness. And Rogers also ran the 4x4, ran 20, 23, 48. So you're talking just a little over 5 minutes a mile they average for high school girls.
That's incredible. I mean,
That's our
Arkansas,
indoor.
Arkansas was represented well.
Yeah, the girls got third in the 4x mile record there.
That's incredible.
And to do this in relays is really tough because we think of Rogers and Bentonville as big schools. You take some of these other large schools in Texas and California and New York, Bentonville's not a big school, and it takes a lot of numbers to put together a relay. One individual is one thing, but when you put a relay together, you need a big school.
And that's just so impressive. And again, we had our state indoor high school meet a couple of weeks ago, and talk about, when it started, I started that meet in Arkansas State University. We had 200 athletes. Now we're pushing 3,000 athletes at Tyson Center in Fayetteville. We had a lot of great performances, records broken, and now you see that these kids carried that into the national meet in the times and early as we are in the season. Right. Hopefully we get some great weather, which Hurley, we've kind of had some of that, but, might snow next week too. But,
yep.
We're looking forward to that. And now we've got, Karl, I think you've kind of looked up to the top performers in each event already outdoor.
Yeah, you want
this
to
is
give
just
every event?
Yeah, we got time. You good out there? We're good here.
Hey, there's every one of them now.
There's our top.
You'll notice some of these performances are not as good as what these Bentonville kids did indoor and Mountain Home and Rogers. It's still early season, so when these kids get outdoor, you're going to see these times go right on down. But some of them are already pretty impressive starting out. We'll start off with the 100-meter dash. Top time is Lucas Robley of Fayetteville. Although it was wind 80, ran 10:55. I'll include Josiah Rainey, who is the top unwind aided, and that's 10:84. Both of them pretty good. Girls 100 is Ariel Hunt of Warren. She's run 11.88, and that was against a headwind of 1.9.
Wow.
200, Lucas Robley of Fayetteville has a wind legitimate 22.02. Desiree Richley of Siloam Springs has run 24.60 with a legal wind. In the 400, Chris O'Geary of Benton has run 50.37. We know that's going to drop down way under that. Desiree Richley of Siloam Springs also got the best 400 of 57.07. That's pretty good early season time there. 800-meter, Chris Harden of Marion has run 156.58. And Malaya Johnson of Rogers has run 218.39. I'm sure those Rogers 4x relay, that's going to drop down there too.
Absolutely.
Alan Gallardo, who was your meter champs runner, set the meter champs record last year and won the state cross country meet this year. Alan Gallardo Lopez of Fayetteville, he's a junior, ran 4:23.22. No doubt he's going to run much faster. Anna Scudder of Rogers has run 5:05.38. Gallardo Lopez of Fayetteville also has the best 3,200 outdoor this year with a 9:26.50. Starlin Edwards of Paragould has run 10:59.31. That's a real good early season one. Bruce Pirelli of Heritage, I hope I pronounced that name right, has run 14.72 in the 110 high hurdles. Solora Kozar of Fayetteville has run 13.74. That was with a 3.1 headwind, but still, that's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Ryan Fernstrom of Bentonville has run 39.17 in the 300-meter hurdles. Again, Solora Kozar of Fayetteville has run 43.02. That's pretty impressive,
yes,
too.
Sir. Yes,
that's getting
sir.
close to Katskaya.
From Russia
her,
that he ran here as a foreign exchange student back
Yeah.
in the day.
4x100 is Bentonville West, 42.31. And Bentonville girls, 48.16. The 4x2, it's Fayetteville boys, 129.64. And the El Dorado girls, 145.54. 4x4 is West Memphis, 328.03. With the girls, it's Bentonville with 407.32. The 4x800 is leading by Jonesboro, 818.12. And Bentonville girls are leading that with 950.89.
And we know the 4x8 is going to change because everybody
the
knows.
girls run 914.
And the boys ran, 7:30, whatever.
Yeah. The high jump, Antoine Dawson of West Memphis have jumped 6'6". Skylar Sterrett of Sheridan has jumped 5'6". Long jump, Caden Brown of Bentonville has a 22.4.5. Morgan Langley of Bentonville is a 19.1. It's a pretty good early season jump. Trenton Haygood of Fairview, Camden Fairview, 49.2 in the triple jump. That's approaching overall record.
Yes, sir.
Not sure how to pronounce this. Exwazia Harper of Arkadelphia has jumped 35.10 for the ladies. In the pole vault, Noah Stack of Lake Hamilton, a junior, jumped 16.6 and a quarter. His teammates, sophomores, jumped 16.1, excuse me. Allie Quast of Lakeside has jumped 12 feet, leading the girls' pole vault. In the discus is Kale Sotovich of Solomon Springs, 179.9.
That's big for
Yep.
early.
Anisha Martin of Hamburg has thrown 129. Will Newman of Bentonville in the shot put at 55.7 and a quarter. And Anisha Martin again leading the shot from Hamburg, 42.6.
Well, you see, Karl, I mean, it's all over the state. It's not just Northwest Arkansas. That's all you hear, Northwest Arkansas. You got somebody from Southeast Hamburg, a young lady down there throwing well. You got a Lake Hamilton kid, El Dorado kids. They're all over Lakeside. I mean, and the thing that's going to be fun is to keep up and watch these change, to see these times keep going down and down. I mean, again, go back to national indoors. We're crushing what's already happened outdoor. But, again, we're just early in the season, looking at some of those things. Last week, I know the Prescott Curlywoods had a track meet, and they had like 43 teams there last week.
It was ridiculous.
Huge track meet there. Karl, where were meets held last week?
Okay, last week, but first I want to say that you can see these best performances if you're looking like ar.milesplit.com. You can go there and not just see the top ones, you can see them all the way down. If they recorded a performance in a certified meet this year, they'll be listed on there.
And that's ar.milesplit.com.
Yep.
Most of you folks that are watching this, coaches and that, y'all have that, but maybe we find some of those on there. Mile Splits is a great place. That ar.milesplit is a great place if you're interested in keeping up with track and field. And you can get track meets live. If you're living in Hamburg and you want to know what's going on at the Lake Hamilton Wolf's Relays, you can get on there, and they're probably doing it live.
You get the live results.
Yeah, right. As the meet goes on, you can keep up with it. So those things are pretty awesome.
If you got that membership. Now, you'll also see the upcoming meets. You can see results of the past meets. It's a neat website. If you want to find out what's going on in track and field in Arkansas, you need to put that website on your...
And they have articles. They write articles about kids and so forth on there, but it does a membership fee a little bit to see the article. To see the articles,
the fee,
right?
And you get all the whole good stuff. You need the membership fee. Meets last week, Springdale had one, and Bentonville won the boys and girls. The Prescott Merchant Relays, you had Lakeside winning the boys and Lake Hamilton winning the girls. Ozark, Pottsville won both divisions. Hamburg, El Dorado won both divisions. I'll give it a plug. That's my nephew there, coach there. Caddo Hills, Diamond Bank Relays. Caddo Hills won the boys, and Murfreesboro won the girls. Caddo Hills, small school, built them a new track last year. Berryville had a meet. I could not find the team results on that. Green Forest, Tyson Relays. Clinton won the boys and girls.
So it's early, but the meets will start, and I think maybe we have some of those that are going on coming up, starting on 3/17. Boonville will have one.
Today.
Well, today, right now, as we're talking. Bryant has one, the Hornet Relay Senior High meet on Tuesday. Sheridan, these will have theirs on the 20th. All the rest of these are Thursday meets. Sheridan, the Charles Tadlock Memorial at Sheridan, they always put on a good meet there. Gurdon, there'll be a big bunch of Southwest Arkansas schools there. They run off a great, that's a Southern Bank Corp meet there. Bentonville, Tiger Relays, the Crossett Eagles. Yeah, go Eagles. And everybody goes, why are you doing that? I was a Crossett Eagle. That's why I'm doing that. El Dorado, the Oil Belt Relays. I can remember that in 1976, 77, 78. That Oil Belt Relays, that's where we were headed from Crossett to go running those meets. Greene County Tech's having one. Heber Springs, they always have great meets up there. They run them off really good. They've done it for years. Pocahontas is having a meet. Alma having a meet. Dardanelle, all of those are on Thursday. Again, you got Boonville today, Bryant tomorrow, and the rest of those we talked about, Sheridan, Gurdon, Bentonville, Crossett, El Dorado, Greene County Tech, Heber Springs, Pocahontas, Alma, and Dardanelle. All of those are Thursday. And then we have what do they call it, the Texas...
That's the Texas Distance Festival at South Lake Carroll on Saturday. I know a lot of our kids go down there to that.
We do send a lot. And so I look forward to seeing that meet. And college-wise, the first time in 30 years, Carl.
Over 30 years.
Ouachita Baptist University invested, and they've been working, and they've built a new track outside the football stadium, out where the cross country, for you folks to know where their cross country courses are, by their soccer field. They built a beautiful new track and field. They're going to host a meet Thursday. Coach said it was going to be a little smaller meet, just where they can get used to see how things are going to work. The restrooms, parking, they didn't want to load it up. I know that at first he was looking at maybe doing a high school meet, and I think he saw the overwhelming people wanted to come, and he said, we need to see how it's going to work. Yeah. But that's exciting. Across the street, your old alma mater, Henderson State, is going to start track next year. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Going to start that, and then are they going to put a new track inside?
Where the old 10-lane track was, they're going to make it a 9-lane track. Used to be one of the top facilities in the whole country.
Well, they had national championships there.
5 years in a row back in the 70s, and they want to, Dr. Trey Berry and company want to bring back the program, and
I'm excited. That's exciting. It's exciting.
Exciting for me, for sure, being an alumni from Henderson. Ran track on that.
Now, is UCA, is it on Friday or Saturday?
UCA is Friday and Saturday. Of course, the bulk of it will be Saturday, but part of the events are on Friday.
That's the Richard Martin Invitational. And he's a track and field Hall of Fame inductee.
Yes,
so, again, that's...
As are you.
Well, yeah, as you on that. Because track is our field. That's what we're doing there. Arkansas State. We always talk University of Arkansas, Harding, OBU, these type things. But Arkansas State, there's a gentleman there that's the head coach. It was Heber Springs Panther with Harold
Jim
Wilson.
Patchell, who was inducted in the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. Very deserving. Won a tremendous amount of Sun Belt Conference championships in the last 10 years. I guess it's kind of a down year this year. I think they finished second or third. But I'm thinking they're going to come back in the outdoor. But yeah, they've done tremendous at ASU.
Well, and what's so good, it's an Arkansas former athlete that's turned this program, because he cares, and he recruits hard, and he recruits Arkansas kids. And, it's not all over the world, which they do. Everybody does that. But he's interested in Arkansas kids, and I appreciate that part of him. But he puts a lot of time and energy into that. And that program has grown from kind of was at the bottom of the barrel there, you can say, and he has lifted it up, like you said, to championship after championship there at Arkansas State. And
they're the envy of the Sun Belt Conference.
Oh, they are.
They are.
They really are. And do a great.
These schools, the D2 schools, Ouachita, and now Henderson's going to start it. SAU got a bunch of kids in their program. It provides opportunities for so many really good athletes in Arkansas to further their development in track and field as they get their college degree. I'm so proud that so many of them are getting things going again.
Karl, when did the AIC shut down? You and I ran at Southern Arkansas. I pole vaulted. I ran down the runway and up over a bar, but
did it very well.
When did AIC collapse? When did it go away?
The early 90s. I know Henderson's last year was 1993. Ouachita, UCA, all about the same time. Arkansas Tech, a little sooner. They were, believe it or not, the first AIC school to drop it. And most of them have gotten it back now that were the old AIC.
So how many years would you say then we were without track far as D2 schools before we've kind of started it back, would you say?
UCA's been started back for probably at least 10 or 12 years now. SAU has been going for 8. So, I mean, they're probably 20 years without
track.
Very much D2 programs. It was D1 or go out of state, pretty much.
Right. And that's the thing now. You look at SAU, 120 kids. OBU, 120 kids. Harding, 100 kids. Arkansas Tech, they've got cross country, and they kind of merge that into.
They're doing some track, so they're
starting to
easing that way, and maybe they'll have a full-fledged.
And I can see Henderson, Dr. Berry there. He was at SAU and really pushed that track and grew it, and I know he wants that to happen at Henderson. Man, we've got opportunities for our kids that we didn't have there from 93 till, let's just say, 20,000, year 2000 or whatever, 2020, whatever. But we got that. Our kids have an opportunity. I loved it. I mean, it was fun to go and compete. Got to compete until I ran out of eligibility, and then got to become a coach and enjoy that. And I think we will start to see track coaches come out of these kids that we haven't had in a while. You ran track, you track coach. I ran track coach. there for a while, it was, okay, you're a football coach, go coach track. And they didn't really, I'd say, love it, care about it.
Some didn't.
Some, but I think now we start to grow that. We'll start to see some things continue to grow. B.J. Parrish at Bentonville West, Magnet Cove kid, went to Arkansas State as a multi-guy, doing a great job at a new program at Bentonville West.
State championship at my alma mater down at Genoa Central.
Right.
Yeah.
We getting those people in the programs again, and that's what we want, is to be able to do that for track. So it's an exciting time. What we're looking at that way. Did I say the kid from Harding won the pole vault D1 national champion?
No, you didn't mention that.
I like from Ukraine or
Yeah,
someplace
somewhere in the eastern part of the country.
on that end. Well, Karl, what else you got we want to share?
One thing I want to mention, you talked about your experience and mine of running track, and I think whatever that is, it helped make us what we are. It helped to build Don Pierce. I know it helped to build me, such as that is, whatever that is, but it helped to create a livelihood for me, and it's been a good one for me, and I hope it's been good. I know it's been good for your athletes.
Well, that's the whole thing, Karl. I think you and I both, we got in it to help kids, to be their best on the track and off the track, and we've seen that, and we've seen those kids go on. I've got my dentist, former football track kid I coached, that does that, Michael Wayne Scott. We've got those type kids that went out and succeeded in life, and we had a part in that. And that was what it was all about with me, was just trying to make that impact. And, now Karl and I have discussed it. We wanted to do a podcast. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you will come back to that podcast, because we hope to update these things and just talk a little bit. If you have anything you would like for us to bring up, you can email me at donpierce1979 at gmail.com. Karl, if you're interested in getting any comments to yours, your email address.
So my email is karl.koonce@lhwolves.net.
But we'd love to hear from you. What would you like to hear? What would you like us to talk about? Give us some input. We hope to be able to set up where we can interview people by Zoom. We're still working on that we can bring in people and talk to some of these athletes, talk to that 4x8 relay, what they did at Nationals, talk to those group of people, talk to coaches, try to talk to some college coaches. We'd like to do that. But again, we want to thank Tommy Howard, financial advisor for Edward Jones in Little Rock. Again, he's 501-224-7699. Arkansas Track Coaches Association, artrackcoaches.com. And Design Lab, Steve Qualls, used to be Locker Room Athletics here in Hot Springs. We want to thank them for their sponsorship. And again, Arkansas Track and Field Hall of Fame, May the 30th. You can go online and order your tickets. Again, we talk about the old school folks that are getting inducted, but we also have those high school athletes that'll be there, 24 of them, to give them awards and pat them on the back on a good job. We want to thank you. We want to thank Lakeside Broadcasting Class for being here. We got an old golfer back over there that's keeping an eye on us, make sure we don't mess it up. And Karl, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, Locker Room Athletics, phone number 501-767-0066.
Well, take care of you. Have a good one, and we'll see you outdoor at Track and Field.